So it starts off with this submarine going down to collect a piece off the Indominus Rex's carcass, telling the people on land that the package has been collected and sent to the surface. So now the people in the sub are ready to go. But instead of going home, they got sent to the same place as that Indominus Rex, getting eaten alive. The dude is seeing that the sub signal was lost and isn't paying attention to his surroundings. So the people in the chopper are screaming, telling him to look. There's a Rex standing behind him trying to turn him into mincemeat. And bro starts screaming, so the Rex screamed right back. He started running, dodging the obstacles while the dinosaur is just flipping them over, jumping onto the ladder thinking he's safe and got the high ground. But the dino said, "No, get your ass back down." Pulling down the ladder, the captain had to tell the crew to forget that bum and cut the ladder. Yo, we don't even know him for real. Cut it now. But the ladder breaks and bro was safe. He can finally go home and see his family. Hey, at least the DNA sample was secured. Breaking news, the volcano on the island is looking like it will erupt and kill off the last living dinosaurs on the planet. Even the US Senate has set up a special committee to answer the question of whether or not the dinosaurs deserve to live. And I'm here to tell you right now, there is no need for that committee. The answer is to let them niggas die. I'll set off the volcano myself. All I need is some Mentos and a bottle of Coke. But Claire doesn't feel the same way. She is setting up a master plan with Eli and Ben Lockwood to try and save some of the dinosaurs on the island, telling her that there is one specific dino that they want to save. Blue, the velociraptor. And I take back what I said before. I was tripping. We can't let the Blue get melted by the volcano, so save her first and then set off the volcano. She sets out to find Owen to ask him to help save Blue and the other dinosaurs too, I guess. And Owen is out there building himself a house. Them house prices do be crazy. $3K a month will get you a shoebox in NYC. So I know actually buying a house will burn a hole through this man's bank account. She talks to him and he wasn't trying to go risk his life for some dinosaurs. So she decided to mention how they plan to save Blue, which sent Owen down the rabbit hole of watching old videos of him raising the raptors. And that's when he came to the same conclusion as me and realized that Blue is the only dino worth saving. So he slept in the plane waiting for Claire and the team to pull up so that they could get going. Once they reach the island, the first thing they do is locate Blue. He runs into her and is acting like that one auntie at the barbecue, asking you if you remember when she changed her diapers. Throwing her some food, Blue was like,
"Son! Yo, son, what's up?" What?
You're not my dad! You also hear something! Ugly ass fucking noodle!
While Super Mario over here is talking about some
At ease, my queen. At ease, my queen.
Yeah, he's wild and someone call up Luigi, please. Blue gets a dart to the neck, leading to Owen getting sat on his ass, confused as to why 25 niggas just spawned in with guns. Owen was trying to control the situation, but bro in the back really wanted them prehistoric creatures wiped off the map, started aiming his weapon and got ripped apart by Blue. So they shoot her with another dart, trying to make her fall asleep, but bro pulled out the Glock.
No, don't shoot her!
Is I'm tripping? He's literally getting his face clawed off and screaming in pain. Of course he's gonna shoot her. Laying her out, Owen looked back pissed, while Ken was like, damn, now I got to shoot this nigga. Hitting him with a trank, so he drops down too. So Zia rushes over and takes up this gun and forgot to use her brain, not realizing that she's outnumbered. If you shoot me, the raptor dies, cause I'm the only one that can treat her. Ken lowered the gun and hit her with that, if that raptor dies, you gon' die too, bitch. And this is when the problems really start, cause the volcano erupts and they locked Claire in the bunker and threw away the key. So Ken calls Eli, laughing his ass off, saying that the plan went perfectly and they captured Blue. He needs that bonus money to hit his bank account by 6 o'clock. Even left Owen there making snow angels. His right foot is turned inwards, they doing him dirty. And he wakes up to a triceratops licking his face, telling him good morning, rolling him over and leaving him there to watch as the lava is slowly creeping towards him until he finally gets the energy to move and get up again. Claire, on the other hand, is trying to reach customer service.
Get me straight to the bitch, bro. Customer service. Customer service. Customer service.
Realizing that they're on their own and see on the monitor that there's something coming through the tunnel. And to make it worse, lava started pouring through the cracks. But the dino took that as a sign to start moving like Darth Vader. Claire was like, see? it ain't a T-Rex, thinking this was all a joke, but luckily they were being protected by a wall of lava, which gave Claire time to find an escape route, but the ladder was stuck, so she called for the assist, but dude almost got chewed. Still managed to reach the chair, but the dinosaur wasn't having this. You're not gonna get no assist while I'm defending. Grabbed onto the chair, but ended up losing the tussle. Claire went up the ladder first, and Franklin was hype. He started smiling. It's that freedom they be talking about. But that smile got turned to pure fear when the ladder started falling. He turned around to see all of its teeth and started tiptoeing up the ladder, waiting for Claire to open up the hatch so they can just manage to get away from the dino's chompers and close that door right back up, just to look up and realize that the dinosaur was the least of their problems, because the volcano is erupting and destroying the whole island. And that's when Owen came sprinting down the mountain with that granny form, telling them to run. There's a herd of dinosaurs coming their way until they find one of those old spheres. Getting inside, except Owen, he was frozen. Bro Chacho couldn't move. He was looking at a Carnotaurus slowly walking towards him until he saw his op. Long time no see, fun nigga. Don't run from the ones now. I heard you've been talking to Jane. She's mine, fool. The Triceratops was fighting for his honor. Flipped the Carno, got kicked in the face and pushed it face first into the pod. Got the Carnotaurus looking crazy and flipping it over its shoulder before running off. The Triceratops is just like me. Once I get my win, there is no rematch. You've lost and I've won. The Carno got back up, shaking its head, and went into an easier lobby and started staring at Owen. The Rex had to show up and shut that shit down. Pick on someone your own size, letting the VC know that she's just killed a bot. Owen finds himself running, trying to keep up with Claire, and Buddy over here hadn't seen his peeps in a cool minute. Yo, Claire, is that you? Yo, how you been? Oh shit, damn, what the fuck? They all fell off the cliff into the ocean, and water starts getting into the pod, so Owen has to break it open and save them from drowning. And when they get to land, they look up and see helicopters carrying dinosaurs loading up a cargo ship, having to steal a truck and sneak their way onto the boat, looking back, saying goodbye to the other dinosaurs and the island that is getting eviscerated. They're playing that sad music, and I'm confused because I still think they should have nuked that island the second the dinos were free. You may not agree with me, but Eli was over there in the mansion saying that they plan to mix the Indominus Rex's DNA with the Velociraptor to make something called the Indoraptor. You see? Nuke that bitch right now! Anyways, to save Blue, they need blood from another dinosaur, specifically carnivores with 2 or 3 fingers. And the only one that fits the description is the T-Rex that's on board the ship. And let's just say that getting the blood wasn't easy. We get shown this little girl who is being nosy, down in the lab trying to not get caught. She goes down the stairs and backs up into this dark hallway, keeping an eye on Eli. But out of the darkness, there's this claw that reaches out, going as far as touching her hair, scaring her shitless. She ran into Eli's arms, asking him what that thing is. He ain't even answered, just tossed her in her room and locked the door. All the dinosaurs have arrived and are getting packed up into their cells. And while Owen and Claire are driving, trying to figure out how to stop this thing, Claire points out an escape route. But before Owen could even turn the wheel, he felt that cold metal to his noggin, and 4 more spawned in. So they get thrown into a cell real quick. This is how certain cops be moving. Can't even get a tan these days. Comes with the possibility of getting pulled over. Eli showed himself thinking he was slick, cleaning his glasses and putting them on. Claire was so mad she tried to grab him, but Owen had to calm her down until Eli started saying the famous, "We're not so different, you and I," speech. Owen grabbed his arm with quickness, and Ken pulled out his gun for the 50th time. I know he be smiling at any inconvenience, ready to use them bullets. But Claire told Owen to back down, and she hit his head onto some metal instead. Owen realizes that the dinosaur in the cell next to them is one with that hard head, making it crash through the wall into their cell, and clapping in its face, using it to break the cell door open. Lil bro probably ended up with a concussion though. The little girl sees them and sprints away, and after talking with them, she tells them her name is Maisie, and she also wants to help them stop this whole thing. And that's when they walk in on the auction and see them presenting the Indoraptor, showing that when they point a laser and give the signal, the Indoraptor will attack its targets. The people saw that and started bidding immediately. Give me that shit, nigga! Owen was in the back rooms and saw Buddy pull back up, crashing into the pipes, and Twin said he was down to help. The elevator opened up and he wasn't even facing the crowd, wanted the stunt. Turned around and said, "Oh yeah, that nigga right there," and bulldozed him into the crowd. Owen came down, pushed the gun in the air, kneed him and flipped him over, dodges the taser, blocked the attack, grabbed it, figured he's got it, but gets smacked back. Bald man with tattoos on his head and a stick. oh yeah, he fighting the Avatar. Weave, dodge, and punch them in the gut and knock them out cold before pushing this bum away, throwing the chair at another one and kicking dude across the chest. Who he feeling like? He said weave, right hook, the left of doom and despair, and tackle this last one, managing to stop the cage from rolling away. We see Ken going back into the empty auction area, seeing the Indoraptor in its cage, and Ken is feeling invincible with his guns. So he shoots a couple darts at it and opens up the cage, trying to take one of its teeth as a souvenir. But the raptor opened its eye and was cheesing. The old man fell for the oldest trick in the book, biting his arm and picking him up in the air, chomping off his arm and swallowing it, making sure Ken is sitting there crying, understanding that without them weapons he's ass, and chomped him up into pieces. This man saw it all happen and used this as an opportunity to try and sneak his way past. Running into the elevator, seeing that there were other people hiding in the corners, he said, "Move, lady," and typed in the passcode, just making it in time so the Indoraptor doesn't have enough time to reach them before the doors close, turning around and accidentally frying the elevator system with its tail, causing the elevator doors to open back up, and the dino adds them to the list. Eli has Owen and Claire at gunpoint trying to hold them hostage, telling them that Maisie isn't actually Ben Lockwood's granddaughter, and she is just a clone of his daughter. The Indoraptor told him to stop with all that talking. They make it into another room, and the Indoraptor is looking for them, making its way to the high ground, posing, looking down and seeing them trying to escape, jumping at them but just missing the target, finally making it up the stairs, looking around just to see no one, so it started sniffing like a dog. I know damn well I see them people right up the stairs, but they climbed back down into one of the displays, hiding there, thinking they were fine. The IQ was too much for the Indoraptor, but the lights turned back on and it was already staring them down, diving headfirst into the glass.
This nigga is crazy.
Destroying the place and stabbing one of its claws into Claire's leg. Maisie was free though. She was close to living that good life away from danger, sipping margaritas in Cancun, until she decides to scream at the top of her lungs. The Indoraptor went into reverse and chased her down, following her up the stairs and down the hallway where she got to safety, and she's seeing it charge right at her and waits last second before closing the door and going to hide in the bed in her room. But the Indoraptor was really in its villain arc though, clawing its way to the rooftop and posing under the moonlight, screaming out, letting everyone know where it's at, slowly making its way into Maisie's room, tapping its foot, letting her know he's arrived. The manners are impeccable, getting ready to devour another meal to reach his calorie goal. But Owen barges through the door, shooting at the Indoraptor, trying to put it down for good, but it tanked them bullets with ease. Owen even ran out of bullets and started backing up on the wall. It was over, but the star player showed up. She was ready to box. Blue jumps at the Indoraptor, trying to 1v1. The size difference is insane. The Eiffel Tower versus, I don't know, a shoebox. But Blue is really holding her own until she got booted off, but instantly recovered. Owen and Maisie are making their way out using the rooftop, but the Indoraptor is on their ass, cornering them. Owen is up there trying to think up a plan, while Maisie is slipping, almost falling to her doom, making it harder for anyone to do anything. But that's when Claire started banging on the metal, getting its attention and taking aim, pointing the laser at Owen and letting the Indoraptor chase him down, which causes it to jump in and almost fall down. But that calorie goal isn't just for show. The Indoraptor has been working out, spamming them pull-ups, getting back up, looking behind, seeing Blue ready for round 2, leaping over and causing them to fall down, while the Indoraptor ends up shish